Hello everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and I hope that today's gone well for you. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2024. It is about 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hope you all are having a good week so far. Hope that it's been a productive and non-stressful week for you. As for me, I'm doing good. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but I have noticed a difference in the weather, though. It hasn't been as hot this week. We've been getting a lot of off and on showers and thunderstorms this week, and a lot of cloud cover. So that's been keeping the temperature down. So it's been a great thing, for me. Because without the showers and thunderstorms, it's extremely hot outside. It's hot. That's all I can say. It is hot outside. Okay. And so I'm glad that we're actually getting some rain, and it's kind of keeping the temperature down. And, but the purpose of this video is to talk about why does it seem like you lose friends as you get older. I'm sure many of you have experienced this phenomenon as you get older, right? You just find that, there's just less and less friends, less and less people you can, trust and rely on and, be friends with, right? What happens? Well, as you get older, a few things happen. Sometimes people just grow apart. Mentally, one person goes one way, and the other person goes another way mentally, right? And you just kind of grow apart, right? You don't have that same bond, that same you also don't have the same interests that y'all don't share, the same interests that you all used to share. And so now you're in a situation where, okay, we don't really have anything we can bond over. And that's how a lot of friendships are created, through bonding, through common interest, right? Maybe it's something that you used to like, and now you don't like it anymore. Now, due to that, you can't really be friends with that person, because what are you going to talk about? Or if you all remain friends, you all get distant, but you might still be cool with that person. For example, in my life, I've had friends where only thing we would really talk about is sports and stuff. But once I stopped watching sports, because I'm not really big into sports, the friendship, the bond I used to have with some people ended up, drifting away. This person I used to talk to about sports all the time, right? Or that person, can't talk to him anymore, because it's what are you going to talk about? And that's kind of how the friendship ends, unfortunately. You just kind of stop talking to each other, right? They don't reach out to you, you don't reach out to them, because what are you going to talk about? And that's the unfortunate end of that friendship. And I'm sure this has happened in y'all's life as well at one point, where it's just okay, what are we gonna talk about? I mean, and then you have some friendships where it's okay, you grow apart mentally, but you still stay in contact with the person. You still reach out, you say, hey, how you doing? And you talk about what's going on in your life, you talk about what's going on in theirs. You still might have that, but is that a friend or a distant acquaintance? or is that a distant friend? Depends on, your, um, depends on you all as to what that is. But I don't know if you would say it's like a close friend or anything. So you grew apart mentally, right? You grew apart mentally, and both sides just stopped reaching out, unfortunately. But that's not the worst way a friendship can end, right? And the reason why all this stuff happens is because as we move forward in life, we don't stay the same. We're not robots. We change, we grow mentally, we move, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. We move, right? There's things that test our friendship, right? You gain more responsibility in life. Now you don't have as much time to spend with your friends. As we move forward in life, you're gonna lose friends. You may gain some friends, although as you get older, it's harder to make friends. And so it's very important to learn how to be happy within yourself, before going out and making friends, because you don't want friends to be the main, what do you call it? Like, you don't want your friends to basically be your only, like, true happiness in life, right? You want to be happy within yourself before you make friends, because you just never know when those friends are going to go away. They're not going to be your friend anymore. They're going to stop reaching out. And now you're all alone. But if you're truly happy with yourself, it kind of doesn't matter, right? That's how I look at it, at least. People move forward in life, right? People move to different cities, different states for jobs, for opportunities, for different reasons. They just, maybe they want to change in scenery, and that's why with some people they lose friends that way. They just move, and after a while of you being gone, they just kind of stop reaching out. Now, if you move and you have some true friends, this is not something you have to worry about, because your true friends are still gonna be reaching out to you, making sure you're good. You're still gonna talk about the things that you all bond over, right? The things that you all are interested in, right? Even on the phone, even though you're not in person with that person, you still are going to not have a problem, right? Because you got phones, you got texting, right? FaceTime, all that. You still can reach out. You still can reach out to that person. And it's not like y'all's mental kind of went in two different directions. Y'all still have that bond, right? You all still think the same, have the same interests. It's just you are a few hundred miles or a few thousand miles away. And so a true friendship would last. But if it's a friendship that just was like an okay friendship, or a friendship that wasn't truly there, then you moving to a new location, that would essentially end the friendship, because neither person is going to reach out to each other anymore, unfortunately. But you're in a new city, new state anyway, so you have the opportunity to make new friends. Or you can be somebody that doesn't really care about making friends. They move to a new location and they just kind of do them, right? Or they meet a significant other, and their new location, and that becomes their best friend, right? To the point where they don't really care about making a bunch of friends. They might have a few acquaintances or whatever, but their significant other in that new area is their best friend. Sometimes they get to that point and they don't really care about their old friendships back home where they moved, right? They're like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to make the best of my time here, especially if you're going to stay there permanently. Get married, start a family, right? That's what happens with friendships. And that leads into more responsibility. So people, over time, gain more responsibility, right? Do you remember back in high school when you really didn't have much responsibility? Maybe you worked a part-time job and maybe that was just extra spending money for you if you weren't in a situation where you had to contribute to the household. You hardly had any bills, so you're able to save those paychecks that you were getting. Or maybe in college, you didn't have really a lot of responsibility, right? Outside of focusing on school, right? It was pretty easy to have time. That's the key thing, time to make friends, hang out with friends, go out and do things, bowling, roller skating, right? Going on different vacations and stuff like that with friends, right? So you had some really good friends, good solid friends that you were able to actually do things with, right? Now that you're not in that stage of life, college, you're now in a stage of life where you're having to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week to pay bills. Now, in a situation where you have a wife, maybe you have kids. Now you have you have all these bills and stuff, a family. You don't really have a lot of time to just go hang out with friends, right? Because, on the weekend, after you done work 50 hours a week, you're going to be tired. And the time you do have, you're going to spend it with your family, because during the week, it was pretty hard to spend time with your family if you're working 50 hours a week. You come home tired, you might spend a little time with your family, but after a while, you're going to go to sleep, and then you're going to get back up in the morning, go back to work. But on the weekend, you probably sleep in, catch up on some sleep, spend time with family, spend time with, significant other. You go out and do different activities, go see a movie, go bowling with your significant other. And you just won't have time to really go out and do things with friends. You might, right? Let's say you dedicate maybe every, month, 2 months, 3 months, dedicate to going out, with friends, your friend group. But it's just not going to be as often. And over time, sometimes those relationships can fade. Those friendships can fade as we get older. The most solid ones will not fade. There's been people who have been friends literally their whole life, and now they're in their 60s and 70s. I've heard about those stories, but many times that just does not happen. And that's something that, we have to think about. The more responsibility we have, the less time we have. You're responsible for keeping a roof over your head, food in the pantry, food in the fridge, keeping the lights on, the AC, keep the car running, keep gas in the car, pay your insurance. You have all these responsibilities you didn't used to have. back in the day. Now, you're older and you have all these responsibilities. You just don't have the time to go hanging out with your friends. And sometimes relationships fade because of that. Right? Or it could be that something bad has tested the friendship, right? Say you loan someone some money. You loan your friend some money and they never paid you back, right? That right there will pretty much end a friendship right there. You loan your friend $50, you loan your friend $100. They don't pay you back. Now, you're asking them where the money is, and they just keep giving you excuse after excuse. Eventually, you're going to be like, you know what? Just keep the $100. Even though I said you need to pay me back, you know what? Just keep it, but I'll never talk to you again. That's what happens in those situations. The friendship is gone because the trust is gone. You said as a friend that you were going to pay them back. You never did. Now they don't want to talk to you anymore. They're not friends. You're not friends anymore. The friendship has ended. All because one person was not, did not honor their word. Sometimes that's how friendships ended. You know, there's something that tests the friendship, and, you know, the test of true friendship failed. So, yeah. And that's just why, you know, you lose friends as you get older. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's reality. But, anyway, I've got to go to work here. I really thank you all for watching this video. I hope that you were relaxed, and of course, I hope that I inspired a thought. Thanks.